Hi everyone, it's Sherry, Fabric and Memories. I just wanted to share my progress on what I call my coffee table junk journal. What I'm doing is just collecting things that I like, that have a memory, out of magazines, out of books, anywhere I find something I like for whatever reason. I'm trying to get out of my structured zone of box of everything's got to be in order and the right time and chronologically and all this stuff. And I find, my theory now is get it on paper. You can always change it later, but get it on paper now before you forget. But anyway, I also wanted to show you about these. They're like 3 for $12. They're 12 by 12 by, I think, like 3. Perfect for junk journaling. I used to use these with my scrapbook paper, and the store is 12 by 12 paper, but it's perfect for sticking stuff when you find it. Just stick it in here. You don't have to, until you get enough to bother with. So I'll make this video also in 2 parts because I do tend to rattle. I'll try not to, but the whole thing mainly is just for ideas and inspiration for you guys. A couple of things I've collected in swaps and such, all these pictures of lighthouses, and it was funny because I love lighthouses, but she didn't know that, so I'm going to make a page with lighthouses. I've always loved stamps and got in this swap these stamps. 1983, and they're postmarked, just different things about them. This one was the original Prince Charles and Diana original stamp when they, had it. I am a sewer of 50 years. This is from the 80s. I was sewing back in the 70s, but remember the box shoulders or padded shoulders and all. Every time I think of that, I think of Dynasty, that show. Back in the day, this is what the readers looked like, fun, not Fun with Dick and Jane, that was the movie, but Run Dick, Run Jane, and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be kind of a fun thing to put in. This is the book, Little Critter. It was my granddaughter's favorite all-time story. I took the cover and used it as a page in a junk journal I made her, so I'm going to put something of this in it. And I guess I should have, just pictures that are pretty. I like teapots, so I selected that one. I got in a swap some old-fashioned, back in the day, retro kind of ads. Again, it doesn't mean anything to me, but just that's back in the day, Can be fun. Like Martha Stewart Living, my favorite magazines, a lot of cookies and stuff, so I'll do something with cookies. That's for my son. This came out of the current Sunday newspaper when Glenn Campbell died. He's always one of my favorites, so I have this to put in there. And at the thrift store, I got a Norman Rockwell, 50 or 60th anniversary book. And thrift stores are a great place to find supplies and books. You get other stuff, look at the books, the words, the pictures, everything. You can use all kinds of stuff. And, a lot of this, it's like, there's a Sears and Roebuck. Sadly, they're closing a lot of Sears and Roebucks now. But, went there many times. Normandy, the invasion Normandy. Just some old postcards looking stuff. Just a lot of things. I like them, but no, they don't specifically mean anything, but they'd make a cool page just looking, you're sitting there relaxing and looking at the book. This book will have very few words in it. Things to look at and say, oh, I remember that, or isn't that cute? John F. Kennedy, the astronauts, and this stuff like this. I don't even know what it is, but wouldn't it be cool to be there and just look around and see what it was? And an old gold miner from back in the day. I love cherry blossom trees, so we'll do something with this page. Another great place to find pictures is the back of calendars. Get them at the dollar store, or a lot of times stores and all give them away. So you don't have to use it. Look at the page on the back and make sure it's not something you want to keep. Here's another one, 62 Corvette. Really nice, at the back of a calendar. Starling, star something, but really cool, convertible and everything, on the back of a calendar. This is my page from December 31st, 1999. Y2K, the year of the Chad, the hanging Chad on the on the presidential election. But anyway, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I don't really want to fold it that much, but I'm trying to figure out how to use the whole page without cutting it. But again, you just can put these things in here, and they're there, and then you can go through it when you get time. Now, how I did Then I have these cardstocks, 12 by 12 cardstock left over from my scrapbooking days. And I cut it down to 8 by 10 because I didn't really want the page this big. So I cut them down to 8 by 10 like this. And then using clear packing tape, put them together and tape it here. And again inside here for each page and the signature. And I'll start with the first signature. I ended up also thinking just get it down, but it turned out each signature is kind of like a decade or a certain theme. So I thought, okay, I can take that. I'll just, wanted to. So anyway, this is the first one. And again, I just used clear packing tape. And that one you can't tell, but no, I can't tell any of them because of the way I've done it. But clear packing tape both sides. And I just decorated little ends with ink or washi tape. And for starting, these are just some tea bags. I mean, it's really stupid, really. It's like this chocolate flavored tea, white chocolate, and what is that one? Chocolate mint. Oh my gosh, they are fantastic, and I like tea in some winter times. So I put them on there. They mean nothing, but they're just kind of fun. This is my favorite candy. Was my mom's favorite candy. Hard to find and expensive when you do. And when I was in high school, White Castle was the best thing in the world. Back in 1974, they were 13 cents each. Now they're $1.29. But they don't have them in California except for in the freezer section of the store. So I bought a box of them. They're okay. Wish they were the original, but they're close. And I cut the box out. So here's an idea to look on food labels and things for stuff that you remember. All White Castles look like that, and then the name. So that was, somewhere an idea for you to get things that you like. I always liked making gingerbread houses with my kids at Christmas time, so I just put that on there. It was fit in that space. Is the only reason it's on this page together. So I'm really starting to do good about getting out of my box. And this is another thing I have. This is the menu from a favorite restaurant of mine. So instead of gluing it on a page or something, I just put these washi tape to kind of reinforce the edges. And I washi taped it to this page and to right here in the middle. So now it's kind of like a mini page, but it's on there. It's not a part of the signatures, but it's just an extra added thing on here. The back of it, here's another thing about your food labels. When I was little, I'd always go with my mom to the grocery because I wanted to see the little girl in the yellow slicker with the umbrella. Wanted one so bad. And later in years, when I stocked my first house after I got married, I got it and noticed the salt's always running out of her can. The lid is open. Why I never noticed that all those years, I don't know, and why it matters. And here it is 50 years later, and I'm still remembering that. And then in a swap, somebody sent me an ad from way back in the day of it. So that's the idea, to look at things that you kind of like and take the label off of them. These are just some candles. I thought it was so pretty, but it also has a memory for me of Knott's Berry Days. I'm a sewer, so I just took a instruction sheet, washi taped it to the edge here to make it like a split page. Really love that Morton salt, because there's another one. I don't know why I did double. I love Lucy Fan. These are 29 cents. No, 19 cents. Like $3.49 now. And of course Barbie. I never had an actual Barbie brand Barbie doll. I had 11.5-inch teen dolls, but they're close. So just something I found in a magazine about the history of Barbie. And I had taken my granddaughter to the toy museum. And of course there's Barbie, and then this case is in there. I had this exact case. But the tip here is washi tape again. You got little flip pages on here, which gives you extra room. You can either put another picture here or write on it. Or, so you got the extra little spot with the little flip pages. And these are just from, again, washi taped. These little knit vests. I had many back in the 70s. This is a pattern I found that I actually had this pattern. And I made all of these skirts and the pants and the gauchos and everything. And this is kind of a little pocket here. But I just taped that to the page. And just things in books that remind you of your real life. This is the mother rocking the baby. I rocked all my children to sleep every night and at nap time every day. And it's just a very special time. So that was just, that's me and my baby. Phone from back in the 70s. Wanted one of those so bad. Never got it, but it was cool. You know, they were cool. S&H green stamps, as some of you might remember those. We hated having to get the ones that were where you only put 5 here. We wanted the ones single ones where you filled the whole page, you know. I'm a sewer, so I took this out of the magazine or the catalog that I order all my threads from. Taped it together. Made it a little insert as a page in the signature. And it's almost as good as looking at the wall full of jelly greens, you know, in the clear jars. Borax 20 mule teen came from, you can buy that cleaner, detergent, but 20 mule teen out of Death Valley is a memory for me. That's why I did that. And then just some old ads from newspapers, magazines, just from back in the day. Another one, here's the other half of the red one. I always do cutouts, and these are old-fashioned cookie cutters. Now they're all plastic, but that's just pretty cool. And this is, again, means nothing, but just look at those dice. All the different kinds and styles and colors. It's just really kind of fun. Cat in the Hat, who didn't love Cat in the Hat, you know, story. And then in current times, this Marie Callender's Chicken Pot Pie was a favorite when I did daycare for my one granddaughter. She thought they were the greatest things, and she called them nanny pot pies because I'm nanny. But it was a deal we had, and it was the most wonderful thing, and I keep these on hand, and I have to keep the front of it, and then wrote a little bit about it. But see it kind of how it made the tab over here. And I put this washi tape, it's glitter washi tape, so it's kind of a built-in tab. And then these are just things I liked for certain reasons. Again here. But again, it's just stuff you see. I mean, like here. I love those covered bridges. You know, they're kind of going out of style, so to speak, or being torn down or whatever. But that's just really cool. And this was just from back in the 50s, late 50s, early 60s, and style and fashion back then. And again, as a magazine page, I washi taped it to an existing page. So it's a little flip page inside there. And these are more from the toy museum. I loved Cooties. It was my favorite game. I always wanted an ant farm, but just was too scared to want one because what if they get out and all that kind of stuff. And here's another idea. The pictures like we did the flip before. Well, these, I put pictures on the back. Wrote a little bit about this picture here and flipped it over and wrote a little bit about these. So that's a way to get pictures in there and extra space. And then circus cookies were always my favorite. Did you know they are the exact same flavor, even though they're pink and white? They taste strawberry, but they're not. They're all the same color. I mean, they're all the same flavor. It's just you see that pink, so you think strawberry or cherry, and you see the white, and you think vanilla, so your brain makes you think that. It's also, by the way, the same with those circus peanuts, the orange candies. They make them in orange and blue and yellow. They're all like a banana-y flavor, but the orange makes you think it's orange, so you think you taste that flavor, but you don't. They're all the same kind, all the same flavor. Just a tidbit of information there. And this is another flip page, again, with the gingerbread houses, and I just washi taped it here, and this on the back, because pizza's my favorite, especially pepperoni. So it's just a little short flip page there. And this, just, I'm the second adult in my granddaughter's cookie sale booth, so peanut butter happens to be my favorite, so I just stuck that in there. So, and this one is just, look at all them strawberries, it's really fun, but there's a memory for me with strawberries too. And why I put this in here, I don't know. I like ginger ale, but I don't care for Seagrams. So I don't know, I just stuck it in there. So I'm going to end it with that, and there's going to be part 2, so look for Coffee Table Junk Journal part 2. And that will be the next signatures. Thanks for watching. Like down the bottom and let me know if you got any good ideas from all this, and if you got any inspiration what your favorite idea was. Thanks for watching. Bye.